Now, my first guest, Ronda, says she is pushing her 10-year-old daughter, Brianna, to become a national baton twirling champion. And believe me, Mom is in it to win it. But does she take it too far? Who's the one that's really motivated? Whose goal is it? And at what cost?
If you just hurry up and get the things done and stop whining about it, then you know what? That's you're not even trying.
Well, I'm tired.
Well, I don't really care.
It is really important to me that my daughter be a winner.
How is that going to win?
Win what?
My daughter is 10 years old, and she started twirling when she was 4.
Right there. You hesitated.
She practices twice a week with her team, and she practices about 2 hours every day by herself.
You're going all over the freaking place. Can't do that.
I think it's definitely okay for a 10-year-old to practice as much as she does.
Don't you dare touch that ground.
I'm thirsty.
Well, after the high toss solution, you need a drink.
You don't practice, you're not going to win.
No. Jump, catch, pass. And you did the thing where you pass back here.
I don't think that she realizes that I know what's best for her, and that sometimes if she's doing the trick wrong, she doesn't want to listen to me.
No, go back to the box, too. Yes.
She gets frustrated, and she throws the batons down and stomps off.
Are you tired?
I'm hot.
You're hot. I'm hot, too. Strut. You wear different outfits for strut, modeling, solo, marching. I love them.
I have spent thousands of dollars on my daughter, maybe excess of $10,000. And if she can turn around and get a college scholarship, then I believe that my job is done. Brianna has won 150 trophies.
I'd like to display all of them right now, but I can't.
We have lots of arguments at competitions. She wants to take a break, and she wants to eat and get a drink. I'm there. I'm in the zone when I'm at the competitions. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what the other kids are doing. I'm her mom, and I know what's best for her, and one day she'll thank me for it.
Okay, so what do you... one of the things I've learned is that when you look at yourself on video, it kind of sometimes focuses things. How do you feel about what you just saw?
Oh, I know it's all true. That's what's sad, I guess. I know I push her a lot, but I'm hoping in the end it's going to be all worth it.
Define worth. What does that mean?
College scholarship, for her to be able to achieve, even if she doesn't get a college scholarship, maybe for her to achieve, greatness in her life.
We have to ask ourselves as parents, when we're pushing our children, whose agenda are we running? Is it them that really wants this thing you're after, or is it you?
I believe Brianna likes to compete. I mean, when she's out...
Wait a minute. Let's be really honest here. You have concerns about this, right? You didn't come here because you don't have concerns.
I guess I have, a little bit concerns, but I mean, she loves it. I know she loves it.
But you said, we go to a competition and I'm in the zone. It isn't about you.
Well, in the sport of baton twirling, you kind of have to be in the zone. It's very...
No, you don't have to be in the zone. You're not competing. She's competing. Why do you have to be in the zone? Because
she needs me to direct her on where to go and what things to do, and, if she's missing a move or she needs to practice it more, or, I have to be concentrated on what she's doing. If I'm not, then who's going to watch out for her, make sure she's doing the things she needs to do right?
Are you pushing this girl too much?
I don't believe so. I mean, maybe a little bit. I mean, but it's all going to pay off in the end. I know it is.
Are you a stage mother?
I try not to be.
That wasn't a question.
Maybe a little bit,
I didn't
yes.
ask you what you try to do. Seriously, I'm trying to get an idea of whether you have any insight at all into what the cost of this may be.
Yes, I'm a stage mother.
Is it hurting your marriage?
Definitely.
Is it hurting your family?
Yes.
Is it hurting your relationship with your daughter?
That I don't know. I know it's hurting my family and my relationship I have with my husband, but I'm not sure about me and my daughter. Me and my daughter have always clashed, I guess. So, I mean, I'm hoping she doesn't hate me for it later on. I mean, I'm hoping she's going to thank me for it.
I really don't know what it is, but I constantly want to win. It's not just in baton, it's everything. I want her to get straight A's. I want my kids to be student of the month. I want them to be the best. I want everybody to look at them. I'm not going to lie, I've hoped the other kids probably have hurt themselves, baton, not really hurt themselves, but I want to see them drop. I'm counting them like, please drop, and to give her a chance,
She actually hopes other kids fail, so her 10-year-old daughter, Brianna, will win. Now, I just asked her to describe her daughter, and all she talked about was achievement and drive. She didn't say anything about her daughter's personality or character. The question is she willing to trade her own relationship with Brianna for a trophy? Now, her husband Thomas says that, yes, I think she actually does do that. He says that Rhonda's obsession with her daughter's baton twirling career is causing huge problems in their marriage. He wants it to stop. Take a look.
See, if you keep it small, maybe. What's your problem? Why do you have an attitude? You're not smiling.
I don't want to smile.
You have to get that.
My wife is the coach from hell.
Big leap. That's not a big leap.
My daughter feels the same way at times because she doesn't know when to stop.
Why do you make us come out here?
Because you have to practice and do things right. Let's go.
She just keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing.
You totally just lost.
At the competition, my wife scolds my daughter to the point where she embarrasses both of them. I used to go to the competitions. I don't anymore because of the animosity between my wife, my daughter, and the other parents, because she's into it more than the kids are.
Yes. Now.
When my wife was young, she was a gymnast. She was an Olympic hopeful. Because of pregnancy, she ended up dropping out. She hadn't had a chance to live her childhood, so she's doing it through my daughter.
These over here are from Miss Majorette. I kind of think of them as my prized possessions. He thinks that I'm trying to live through my daughter. I'm not living through her. You know, I want her to be the best.
70–80% of our arguments are about finances.
My husband probably doesn't know the full extent of the things that I've done for her. I've taken her to competitions and not told him, and lied to him about how much I spent on the competitions, and maybe told him an outfit didn't cost as much as it did.
I, at any given time, couldn't tell you if I have 2 nickels to rub together or if I'm a multimillionaire. It's none of my business as far as my wife is concerned.
So how's this shaping up for you?
Ooh, not so good. I guess maybe you need something like this to open your eyes a little bit.
I mean, because you said, I want her to be the best. What does she want?
I believe she wants to be the
No,
best.
you believe she wants what you tell her she wants. Isn't that the truth?
Maybe.
Does she look like she's having fun?
No, she doesn't look like she's having fun.
So your dreams got thwarted.
Yes.
You were going to go to the Olympics,
Hoping to.
but that fell apart.
Yes.
So you're going to do it through her. Thomas is on the phone. Thomas, you there?
How you doing today?
Pretty good, Thomas. I'm talking to Rhonda here, and I think you and I tend to kind of see this a little bit alike. Is she pushing this girl too much?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hitting the nail right on the head. It's funny that my wife watches all these shows like the pageant shows and criticizes the moms. And you're asking her if she's a stage mom. And she's sitting there criticizing the moms, the way they push their kids in those pageants. And she does the very same thing.
Do you embarrass your husband and your daughter with your behavior at these competitions?
Not my husband, because he doesn't go to a lot of them.
No, but he did.
I believe that you embarrass yourself, my daughter, and me. And for that reason is why I don't go. I support my daughter as much as I can. But
If you supported her, then you would come more often.
You talk about how well she does in school. We don't push her nearly as much in her education, yet she has that natural strive to get those A's and B's, to get on the principal's honor roll.
Well, maybe because the baton helped her to achieve things like that.
Okay, you can't possibly lack this much insight. You cannot possibly be this much in denial. Are you just on the defensive, and so you're trying to justify everything?
If we don't push our kids, you know, what's the point?
Because what you do is you put your child in different situations, and you find where they get traction, where they find what they love. And then that becomes a reward for them, and they get self-confidence and self-esteem, and they take pride in achievement. But when they've got you being the driver, she'll never get traction in this baton twirling, because she doesn't get a chance to fall in love with it. She doesn't get a chance to be motivated because you're doing it for her, because you're crowding her out. Now, my first guest, Sonya, admits that her daughter, Annie, is a picture of perfection. And even went as far as having her tubes tied immediately after giving birth to her so she can devote 100% of her time to creating her one perfect child. Take a look.
I'm a perfectionist parent. I make no apologies for it. I was determined to have a super great, perfect child.
My mom is definitely a Momzilla to every aspect.
I made the decision during labor to have my tubes tied because I wanted to concentrate on raising a perfect child. I started entering my daughter Annie in beauty pageants when she was 6 months old. I picked beauty pageants because she was such a naturally beautiful child. To help my daughter win at a higher level, we had to find a modeling coach. We would spend $100 an hour. We found a seamstress who would design outfits exclusively for my daughter. I probably spent in excess of $100,000 on her pageant career. When she was winning consistently, I felt like I was winning beauty pageants as well.
I guess she liked the idea of having a little trophy to kind of pull around. It makes me very sad to think that I didn't have a normal childhood. My childhood was just constant chaos.
So I started her on a Hooked on Phonics program when she was 9 months old. I enrolled her in a Montessori school when she was 1.5 years old. And when she was 4, I started showing her reality medical shows because I decided that she was going to be a doctor.
That was a lot for a young child to handle. I've always felt that I wasn't necessarily good enough. I hated all the practicing, all of the routines, having to learn so much at such a young age. But I did it to make my mom happy. I've been in beauty pageants, I've been in dance for 12 years, and I've even been playing the harp for 6. My mom's forced me to start all of it. The beauty that she possesses just seems to just fit perfect with the harp. She's just beautiful. She looks beautiful playing it. My mom is controlling everything, even the way I dress and the way I act. She controls the people I hang out with and the places I go. I absolutely try to control the friends that my daughter has. Parents that don't are just keeping their heads in the sand. I think that the problem with today's parents are that they are absolutely okay and happy with raising mediocre children. There's a plaque in high school for every year, and it lists the top 10 students. And I said, well, that's our goal, and we're going to be in the top 10. When it comes to college, my mom pretty much has all of the say in where I apply to. I don't think that it's controlling at all that I picked her colleges. My mom wants me to go to college, be a harpist, be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and marry Tony Romo. But I don't even know who Tony Romo is. I am not her friend. I am her mother. And my legacy is the type of child that I leave this world. I just want people to learn that there's a big difference between being a parent who's always there for you and who's always supporting you and being a parent who's always trying to control you. Are you seriously? Oh my God. I've worked hard my entire life to get my daughter to be as perfect a child as she can be. Got a piece right there, too. It's fine. There. It's fine. I'm not going to allow her or anyone else to ruin anything I've done.
You're not going to allow her or anyone else to ruin anything I've done.
That's correct.
What has she done? If this is all about you, you set the goals, you do the plan, you pick the friends, you pick the college, you pick the interest. What is she, an idiot?
No.
I mean, I listened to that whole tape, and it was just you talking about me, what I want. Do you ever wonder if you get a vote?
Well, I think what I want has something to do with it, definitely.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the outcome.
So define perfect. I mean, what you said you wanted to raise a perfect child, and you said, I do live vicariously through her. You said, I wanted to be the captain of the dance squad or the drill team or whatever, and date the football player. Never did any of that. I admit I live vicariously through her.
Yes, I think that's probably a character flaw that I have, but I'm really not able to stop it, and I'm not really going to apologize for it, because I think that having seen the things that I did not do or accomplish with my life and the mistakes that I made, I'm absolutely determined that she's not going to make those mistakes, and I'm going to try to be a better parent than I had, and hopefully show people that if you're just willing to make a few sacrifices, you can have a child that has turned out to be such a gift from God.
Annie, you said, I was Mom's little trophy to take around and brag about. Now, we all want to brag on our kids, but what do you mean by that?
Well, I guess what I mean is that, like, if your kid, I don't know, like, gets a lead in a role, you're like, yeah, look at my kid, look how great they are. But sometimes I think it pushes a little past the fact that I am her child and I'm doing something really good on my own, and it gets more of, look at what all I've done for her, look at everything she's done, like she's perfect, like she's like this and that. And sometimes it just gets a little much, because then what if I don't get the lead in the next play? Like, what if I don't get the dance right? Because it just makes it so much harder to fail when you're being treated as something to brag about.
Yeah. Do you think that's pressure?
We need children who are absolutely focused on being the best they can absolutely be, because those are going to be the people that are going to be the leading, orators and the politicians and the...
Well, how about communicating to a kid that I absolutely love you, accept you, support you 100% unconditionally? whether you make an A or a B or whatever. I mean, what happened to that? Because you're saying, and you know, I was meeting with my team and some of my advisory board. I have an advisory board here where we have the absolute leading minds in psychology and psychiatry and spiritual advisors. And I was just talking to the chairman of our advisory board, and I said, let me tell you what's going to happen. I said, I'm going to go on and tell this mother what I think, and she ain't going to like it, because I think you're making huge mistakes. I don't think it's too late, but I think you're making huge mistakes. My question to you that you haven't answered yet is, what is your definition of success as a parent? That you get the most out of her, that the things you didn't get to do, you make sure she does since you missed them and you hate missing them, so you don't want her to. And all of those things can come from love, or they can come from a different place. But what is your definition of success as a parent?
My idea of a successful parent is that if I can go to bed at night knowing that my child has not harmed anyone, she has led an honest life, she is a very good person, and that she has great morals, and I don't have to worry about when she comes in at 1 o'clock if she's going to be drunk, if she's going to come in the next day and tell me she's having a baby and she knows who the father is. I think that makes me a successful parent, and I go to sleep every night and I sleep very well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what would you like to say?
Well, I love my mom. I mean, I love her. I really do. Like, I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for her. But at the same time, people are going to be who they're going to be no matter what you do. Like, if I was going to be a really bad person, I'd be a bad person. I would. But it just makes me so nervous. And
well, that's like the whole argument that I get from her father.
Let her finish. She just said, it makes me so nervous. Go ahead.
Well, it makes me nervous that if I try something really hard that I really want, and if I don't make it, then not only, will my mom not approve, but no one else will either, I guess, I don't know. I get nervous when I talk now. I get real nervous all the time, and I'm just always real anxious, and it's not that it's not that you've done a bad job. It's not that. It's just sometimes it just gets really hard to have to deal with it, because, I mean, what if I do something and you want me to do it? Then you're behind it. Mm-hmm. What if I fail?
Well, if you've tried your hardest and you failed, then it just wasn't your thing to succeed at. I've never told you you were a failure at anything you've ever done. If you didn't win a beauty pageant, I never told you it was your fault you didn't win. If you didn't win a harp recital, I never told you it was your fault. What I've told you was, if you put in all the practice you need to and done everything you prepared for, and your honest heart of hearts, you know you tried your best, you have. But there have been times when you have, occasionally not done all the preparation you should do for certain things. And later on you have come back to me and said, well, yes, I should have studied for the test. I shouldn't have not done the homework and gotten the 0. And that's why maybe my grade was a little low. We've talked about that.
Can I rephrase it? What did she just say to you before you started justifying and telling her she was wrong? What did she say?
I don't think I told her she was wrong, Dr. Phil.
Okay, you told her she was right. What was it she said?
Well, what she's telling me is, and it makes me sad, is that I'm raising a really nervous young woman who, although she loves me, I don't want her to love me because she thinks I want her to love me, or she's not going to get my approval. I really want my daughter just to love me because I've been her mother, and I don't want to make her nervous and upset.
First off, let me tell you why I think, from just an outsider looking in, why I think she loves you. I think she loves you because you have nurtured her and cared for her and comforted her and done all the things that mothers do. That's why you love her, right?
Well, yeah.
She's your mom. She's been there for you. That's why I said there's so many things that you have done that are so right that, believe me, I talk to a lot of mothers who you got to introduce. This is Susie. She's your youngest, and they go, oh, yeah, that's right. I get those that aren't plugged in. And she loves you because you've been so nurturant and devoted for so much of the time. But what she also said to you is, I play the game with sweaty palms because I got a high standard to meet, and she will judge me and she will tell me about it. And my definition of success, of a successful parent, is someone that raises a child that's okay with who they are. Today, we're going to be talking about competitive parents and the competition young kids are facing. My first guest, April, says being pushy is just part of the game, and she'll do whatever it takes to make sure her kids finish first. Take a look.
Wheels, come on, straighten it up, and you swing at that. You swing at that. Wheels, 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 you're down, you're down. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Now you go, go!
I have a saying, second place is the first loser. My kids have to be number one. Zachary, he's 16. He's our actor in the family.
All right, this audience is under arrest for watching this lewd and obscene play.
I think it's very important that Zachy be a professional actor. When Zach doesn't take being an actor seriously, it frustrates me. I lecture him.
You try. Your hardest isn't good enough for him.
Oh, garbage! Garbage you swung at!
Amanda, she's 13, and she's our softball player. My dreams for Amanda is to play in high school.
No garbage, Amanda, no garbage.
And get a scholarship to college. I believe I'm extra hard on Amanda.
That's the way you play ball, lady! That's why I do what I do!
If you don't push them, they get lazy. I often get in confrontations with coaches. Why isn't Amanda catching?
I'm the manager. I'm in charge. I make the decisions, okay? We'll talk about this later.
I believe that my effort is helping her meet her goals.
When my mom yells at me, it makes me feel embarrassed. I try to block it out, but it's kind of hard.
Gotta fire faster, Amanda.
Sometimes she cries. She gets upset with me. I don't think any of it's for fun. When you play a competitive sport, it's competitive.
This is no fun.
No. Start over.
Tyler, he's 6. Tyler played t-ball. He just wasn't able to comprehend everything. I don't think Tyler met my expectations. I will be as hard on Tyler as I am on Zach and Amanda because I want him to succeed.
Get his toy.
I try to teach them that mediocre is not enough.
April's often told the children that the goals that she's set for them in life are their one opportunity for fame or fortune.
My kids, they don't want to be around me. It looks like you're unprepared. Dr. Phil, am I pushing my kids too hard to be number one?
Gee, I don't know. What do you think after watching that tape?
I think maybe I'm pushing them too hard.
You think maybe you're pushing them too hard?
Yeah.
Well, you said you want to guarantee that they're going to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, define succeed for me.
Succeed is to...
When you say they're going to succeed, what does that mean?
That they're going to do the best they can at whatever they want and get it. To whatever their goal is, to accomplish that.
They're going to do the best they can on that given day, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you think you're helping?
Yes.
You do. You said, you're talking about your kids, they have to be number one. I will make them better equipped to achieve in life to get the goal they've dreamed of.
Correct.
Okay? Now, you say that your destiny for Amanda is to be a softball player. She's going to go to college on a scholarship, maybe play in the Olympics, whatever. She's going to be a softball player, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is this your dream or her dream?
It's her dream.
And Zach to be an actor.
Correct.
Right? You said he's the actor in our family. Like everybody's got to have one.
That's his dream.
Okay. And that's your dream.
At times I feel maybe it is, and at times maybe it's just her dream. She wants it for me.
Yeah. My daughter used to get a beam in her eyes at the game or talking about it, and now that glow is gone. She says, let's just take a break. I don't want to go today. That's because her coach humiliated her, and that's not okay.
Correct.
But it is okay for you to humiliate her.
I don't mean to humiliate her.
I didn't want to ask you.
It's not okay. Absolutely not.
Because I don't care whether you mean to or not. If somebody runs over my foot in the car and they go, well, I didn't mean to, well, I'm sorry, but I still have a smashed foot. You pull your chair right up behind home plate. Mm-hmm. She's a catcher.
Correct.
And you sit there and commentate on the entire game and coach her the entire time, right?
Yes.
Do you enjoy that?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Have you asked her to stop?
Yes.
And she what?
Keeps going.
Keeps going. Okay, let's continue. I yell at her. Amanda takes this personally.
There you go.
Yeah. It embarrasses her, but I don't care. Because I want her to be the best and learn to deal with things under pressure. Let me ask you guys something. First off, hold up the T-shirt that's your family motto. Just kind of point at that camera right there. Yeah. Second place is first loser. Okay. So that's y'all's family motto, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got T-shirts made with it on there. Now, let me just say it real clear. Y'all love your mom, right?
Of course.
How do y'all feel about her being all over you all the time and pushing you and crowding you and jamming you all the time?
It's very frustrating. I feel like maybe sometimes she could just back off and let us choose our own ways and own things to do.
Well, if she's not pushing you and driving you all the time, are you going to just be, like, totally worthless?
No, I don't know. I feel like maybe if I can choose and do it myself, maybe I can figure it out for myself.
Yeah. Do you have things that you enjoy and you like and you want?
Yeah, I love hanging out with my friends, and I like playing sports with my friends, but sometimes I have to do acting and other things.
Yeah. And sometimes the acting isn't fun.
Yeah, sometimes.
You're doing it because she says, get in the car.
Sometimes, yes.
And you drive to do it. All right. How do you feel about that?
I want him to do things that he enjoys too, but I don't want him to get off the path. I don't want him to get with the wrong kids, or I keep them structured.
But as you look at your son and listen to him, how's that working for you?
Well, it's not, obviously.
No, I'm serious. I mean, do you
they're
recognize?
that unhappy. I didn't realize they were so unhappy.
That's because you don't listen.
Yes.
Calm down.
Yeah, she needs to hit the ball.
I've called April on her behavior several times.
Oh, man. Come on, Amanda.
I've learned to just avoid April, deal with the kids directly.
I don't want her to go. I want you to go.
They come to me, they complain about Mom, wish that I would step in.
Chew up the bats, but you got nowhere. You got nowhere with it.
Go sit down. It's my turn.
I think my competitive nature has been hard for my husband because he's the go-between, he's the fixer.
He's playing lazy ball today.
I'll talk to my dad after the game, and if he has a comment, he would come and tell me what I'm doing wrong instead of screaming at me.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Get it down there!
I'll come to him and I'll say, Mom said this, or Mom wants me to do this. It's something I don't really want to do, but she made me do it. He feels that I did good and I tried, and with my mom, she always feels that you can always do better.
Exactly. This is a car. This is not a toy.
I know it's a car, but you can't concentrate when someone's yelling at you in your ear.
My greatest fear with April pushing the children is they're going to lead an unhappy life that Mom has forced them into.
Watch out for that stop sign.
It's not
You need to watch where
anywhere
the whole
close to
car
me.
is. You're a pretty bad driver.
Psychologically, performance-wise, you ain't helping. I mean, you're really not helping. Now, if a kid starts something and they quit everything all the time, you know, that's a different story. I mean, kids make a commitment they need to finish. I understand it, but that's not what we're talking about here. She's playing on 3 different teams. She's leaving one practice, driving to another game, going back and forth. You're driving him around to auditions. And they're both telling you, look, I'm getting burned out here, okay? We're 13 and 16. They're getting burned out because you're running your agenda instead of theirs. And in addition to being totally obnoxious, Amanda is marked. I guarantee you, if you don't think they don't know that with the child comes the mother and with the mother comes some real uncomfortable exchanges, that's not good. And the most important problem is you rob them of ownership. Because you know what happens is they look to you. You're going to be the driver. You're going to be the motivator. And therefore, they don't. It's called intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. If there's big external motivation, kids never develop internal motivation. And if you're yelling and screaming and driving and pushing, they'll never find it themselves and become self-starters and take ownership and pride in what they're doing because you're taking that away from them by running your own agenda. You guys keep me posted at how she's doing, okay? I'm serious. Now, our first guest, Margaret, admits that she is a controlling, manipulative, meddling mom who constantly crosses boundaries with her 33-year-old son, Reed. But does she really get it? She says it's all done just out of love. Come on, take a look.
My mom tries to control everything in my life. What I wear, who I date, where I go to college, what I'm going to study in college, what my career is going to be.
I refuse to let him fail. I do everything that I do out of my love for him.
My mom treats me like a child. I can't do anything on my own.
I have paid for Reed's schooling, health insurance, cars, trips, everything that I felt would help him to become the person that I wanted him to be. A lot of times I stick my nose in to where it really doesn't belong. When Reed first told me that he and his fiancée getting married, I said, Reed, I like Mandy a lot, but I want you to get a prenup. I'm a very controlling person, but I don't try to control anything that I have never thought was in his best interest.
It feels like a warfare on my own independence.
I've always felt that Reed did not fit the mold of what I thought he should be. He was supposed to have graduated, married someone who had a good background, whose family was educated, and knew which fork to use.
My mom obsesses about me. My mom will call, and if I don't call back within her time frame, she'll call again. She will send an email, then she'll call Mandy, then she'll call my dad.
I treat him the same way as I do my customers. If they don't call me back, I'll call them and call them and call them until I get an answer. But I'm not going to be ignored.
She's got to stop. One of two things is going to happen. She's going to stop, or she's not going to be in my life.
Well, so she's either going to stop or she's not going to be in your life.
That's absolutely right. I've come to a breaking point.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 33, almost 34.
34 years old. Wow. She takes pretty close care of you, right?
Yes.
And you don't like it?
Not to the extent of what it is.
Okay, so if you're 33-year-old and almost 34, and Robin and I have a 34-year-old, so I kind of have a comparison here. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine this happening if you don't really want it to happen. Because wouldn't you like put up a stop sign in the last, I don't know, 10 years?
I've tried for 15 years, I feel like. If it's not to, she makes me feel bad not being a good son. She makes me feel like I don't care about her, I don't love her, I'm not appreciative, and all these things are not positive feelings.
So she guilt-induces
Yes,
you?
absolutely.
Okay. Are you tough to deal with?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is your motive? What is it you think is driving you to be, you say, over-involved, right?
I have one son. He is my life. I love him more than my own life. I had ideas that I wanted for him. These were my goals for him, not his goals for himself. I want to be able to say to him, Reed, you're on your own, that you have graduated, you're working. He's made one really good decision. He's chosen a darling girl to be his fiancée. And I'm looking forward to be able to come to their home and just be family, not having to go in and say, Reed, did you do this, 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 and this?
Why do you do that, though?
Because I do not want him to fail.
Well, do you think I know what I'm doing?
A little bit.
A little bit you think I know what I'm doing, or a lot you think I know what I'm doing?
I think that you've got the respect of a lot of people who, if we wouldn't be here.
That's a big no. That's just a shade this side of hell no, I don't think what you're doing. I'm actually here because I don't want you jacking with my son, and I'm here to make sure you don't. That's what I heard you just say.
No, if I had meant to say that, I would have said it, that you're an idiot. But I wouldn't do that. I respect you.
Yeah.
I respect the position.
The reason I asked you that is because you said, I don't want him to fail.
Right.
Okay? And when I said, do you think I know what I'm doing, I wanted to know because what I'm getting ready to tell you is you couldn't be programming him more for failure if you got up 30 minutes before he did every day and tied his arms and legs. You couldn't be setting him up more for failure because, look, the whole idea of a parent, the job of being a parent is to prepare your child for the next level of life and give them the opportunity to observe themselves doing things in life where they say, wow, I mastered that, I own that, I did that. And you're not doing that. I made a list. I checked it twice. You gave him half the title of the house he lives in. You give him $600 a month to pay his bills, $1,000 to go on a date and get carpet cleaned, $1,000 for a new couch. You bought him 2 Chevrolet Blazers, 2?
But that's
In case one of them was dirty.
being...
I don't know. You paid for part of his new Mustang. Why are you doing those things? He says you're doing them to control him.
No. It's a little bit different. I was raised differently than most people. My grandparents gave my parents a house. My parents paid off one of my houses. And so, therefore, this is something I feel that I owe him. It's something that I want to do. The blazer, those things were from the time he was 15 until now.
Does he appreciate all of this?
Absolutely.
Do you appreciate all of this?
Yes, I do.
Because you tell him he doesn't appreciate it, and if he doesn't, you quit talking to him.
No, that's not correct.
That's true. You do. If I say, hey, you know, you tell me I'm unappreciative if we disagree about anything, if you give me some money or anything like that, if I come at you or I stand up to you, then I'm unappreciative of whatever you've given me for whatever time in my life.
And I stopped talking to you?
You will stop talking to me.
There's nobody I've ever stopped talking to. I mean, I don't see why it would be you.
Does he resent you for this?
I think bottom line is he wants so much to be independent, and I want so much for him to be independent. I want him to be independent, except to be on his own and love me and just be his mother.
Okay, now you already said you didn't think I was an idiot.
I did say that.
Then don't treat me like one.
I don't need to.
Now, come on. You tell me that you want him to be independent. The first thing you said, he is my only son. He is my whole life.
Right.
So if he ceases depending on you, you got a big hole in your life, don't you?
No. If he quits, I just want him to be able to do it on his own. But he's got to get to a point where he can do it on his own.
How is he going to do that if you call him 10 times in the morning to wake him up because...
Return my first call.
Well, look, maybe he's too busy.
Doing what?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe he's out in the backyard sucking on a rock and staring at the sun. I don't know.
Does that get him through nursing school? Does it get him...
Does what you're doing get him through nursing school? Sucking on a rock's cheaper.
My mom has tried to control who I date over the years. She got me a dating website profile and loaded it on up, and I was like, you know, you don't have a right to do this. No, you're oversensitive. I didn't do it just for you. I did it for me.
Okay, I'm here with Margaret and her grown adult son, Reed. Now, you offered him 20 grand to get a divorce, said his wife was redneck trailer trash. You set up an eHarmony account for him?
I don't even use a computer. I've been on the internet 3 times. There's no way that I could have done a dating site.
It was during Thanksgiving or Christmas. We were up there, and Aunt Deb and I, and you said that you started up this dating website just to see what was going to happen. You put yours on there, Aunt Deb's on there, Grandmama's on there, and mine on there. But you never weren't going to do anything with it. You were just seeing what was it about.
Then I guess I lied about that.
Did you tell him you wanted him to marry a cheerleader?
No, I did not. I made a comment, and the question that I was asked was, when Reed was born, what were the things that you want for him? I said what every mother wants for her son: to go to college, have a good time, marry the cheerleader, get a good job, be happy, and have a successful career.
Okay,
yes,
so you did say that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not saying this is bad. I just asked if you said it.
I just
well, no,
said
you
it.
did deny you said it.
No, I think you weren't listening. I think that what I said was that it was out of context. I did say that, but it was a long line of other things.
Well, put this in context for me. You threatened when we were shooting with you, your package that we saw, you threatened to rip the tape out of the camera, stomp on it, and stomp on the camera.
Yes.
Why?
Because that sentence that you just used, I didn't want in there because she was putting it in different context. And I said, that's the one thing that I want out. And I said, look, what do I need to do? I said, do I need to go in, pull it out, stomp on it, and tear up the tape? Or can you work with me, compromise, and give me your word that that will not come in there? Because there's one thing I don't want to do, and that's I don't want to hurt my son. I don't want to say anything.
But you are hurting him with what you're doing.
If my mom were to die today, tomorrow, I could not speak at her funeral. I'd be responsible for saying something at her funeral. I'd be expected to say something at her funeral, but I just know I couldn't. I'd be too happy. And I hate that.
Well, I'm here with Margaret, who I think is a controlling mother that I actually find very charming. I think she's a very nice lady. Reed is so angry at her that he says the sight of her makes him sick, and the happiest day of his life will be at her funeral. Now, tell me, I understand you say that not because you wish her ill, but because you think it's your only way to freedom.
Absolutely. My life will never be my own unless she stops this meddling and stops her control and stops this manipulation, because I don't believe, I've tried every avenue, I don't believe it'll ever change until she's no longer living. And if that's what it takes, then they will be happy for me. And I hate that, Mom. I hate that.
I'm sorry, Reed, you feel this way. I really am. I love you dearly.
That's not an apology.
No, my apology is it doesn't matter. I'm more concerned with working something out with you while I'm alive than for you to feel good when I'm gone.
Then how come it's taken 15, 20 years for me to do this?
You're a slow learner. I mean,
if he's a slow learner, you must be in reverse, because you are twice his age and you haven't figured it out. You need to step up, man up, and own your own life. And if that means that you have to put up a wall and put up boundaries with her, then that's what you have to do. Being in your life is a choice. You can make that choice to have her in your life. I want you to make that choice. I want y'all to have a loving and fun relationship, but you've got to cut the cord. That cord cuts on two ends. She hasn't cut it on this end, but you can cut it on this end. Part of this is the fact that your mother is overbearing, controlling, and manipulative with zero insight into its impact. And part of it is...
And what's negative?
Part of it is you let her do that. You teach people how to treat you, Reed. Seriously. You teach people how to treat you.
You know, and I'll own that part. I do own that part. I still allow her to do all these things to me and for me. I do allow that. But is it okay for me to say that and not have, is it okay for her to be upset and completely cut her out like that? I mean, I'm not supposed to do that as a son, right?
She will eventually get that. You know what? When I overstep the bounds, when I get where I don't belong, where I go where I don't have any business being and start meddling in his life, all of a sudden, no phone calls get answered, no invitations are forthcoming, and I haven't seen him in a month. When she gets that, then she'll go, okay, I respect that there need to be boundaries here. And you can't send that message along with another message that pulls her back in. Stay away, stay away, stay away, give me some money. Stay away, stay away, stay away, give me some money.
All right,
you
now
can't
wait a
do
minute.
that.
Let me make something clear.
I don't need your help right now. Hold on. You have to be willing to say, if it takes you 5 or 6 years to go to nursing school because you have to work full time and go at night, then it just does. If you want to accept a loan from her or a gift from her or whatever, then you can do that, but it needs to be with no strings attached.
Right, and that's what she doesn't know about the school thing. I'm okay with taking it 3 or 4 years if that's what it takes. She doesn't know that I'm not using her money for school right now. I've used part of it, but not all of it you've told me to use, because I don't want this degree to be yours. I can't stop her from putting money into the checking account. I can't stop her from calling across the street and having them come knock on my door just to see. I can't stop her from doing all that, yet she's constantly in there. How do I stop all that?
Well, I don't know. You don't have to take it. Send it back. Give it away. Put it in a paper shredder. She'll stop doing that when you stop accepting it.
Okay.
It's just that simple. I'm telling you, I'm trying to do a spinal implant on you here. I'm trying to say you need to step up and own this, and you've got permission to do it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hold that thought. But here's the point. If he listens to what I'm saying, and by the way, I'm going to get him some professional help. I'm going to get him a therapist that is going to support and continue everything that I've said today on the show, to help him put that into his life. And what you need to get is that you're going to have to learn a new way to relate to this son. You're going to have to find a new way, because bribes, threats, pouting, guilt induction, all of those things that you are so good at are going to fall on deaf ears. My first guest, Amy, is paralyzed about how scary she thinks this world can be, and says it has forced her to become a self-admitted, obsessed helicopter mom to her 5 children. She's diagnosed herself pretty well. Take a look.
I'm definitely a helicopter mom. I am absolutely psycho, overprotective. I don't know any other way to be. My babies don't know that as they're sleeping, I put my hand on their chest and make sure that they're still breathing. I do this even with my 20-year-old daughter, Caitlin. I cut their toenails, I floss their teeth. We do these fire drills, and I'll blow a whistle, and everybody jumps out the windows. My son, Chad, was kicked off the baseball team because of my mouth.
Oh my God!
I get into altercations at the games with the coaches, with parents. It's almost gotten physical. I've threatened their families. One time they benched my son. I got on the phone with the president of the league. I threatened to call the local newspaper and write an article about how awful they treat their children. When the kids have homework, I do it all.
Don't do it for me, Mom. I really want to do it myself.
When they don't get the answers right, and I write the correct answer.
You're right, but I just... No, Mom, this is how I write.
I'd rather fix it than let them get a bad grade. All of my children have very good grades. One time, Robert came home with a B, and I was furious. I got in her teacher's face. I got kicked out of their school. If my children talk me into allowing them to spend the night somewhere, I do a background check on the parents. I make sure that the house has smoke alarms. While they're gone, I'm calling them, I'm texting them. If one of my children gets into a physical confrontation with another child, I will get one of my other children to beat up that kid. My children have lost a great deal of friends because of how I act. I've already told my children, you are not going anywhere to college. You have to stay with me. Too many bad things can happen.
Okay. Now, you're parenting from fear.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And I know what you're going to tell me. I know you. I know.
I bet you don't.
I do. I bet you I do.
I bet you don't.
But listen, I know my application is wrong. Maybe I do go to the, I know I go to the extreme. But it's for their benefit.
You think I'm going to throw you under the bus today?
I know you are.
Okay. You know, I'm really not going to throw you under the bus today, although you would fit nicely. Okay, but here's the thing. You say it's for their benefit.
Absolutely.
And you think you're doing the best for them, right?
I do.
Okay, tell me what your children benefit when you do their homework.
I don't do all their homework. I mean, let's be fair. I don't do it all.
Wait, no, hold on. Don't come out here and start moonwalking like Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I know what you do and what you don't do. I have a book on you that thick. You have been very forthcoming with us. Don't come out here and start waffling around on me. You do their homework. If their coach puts them on the bench, you threaten to call the newspaper.
I do.
I want you to take a look at this piece of tape right here. It is why I agreed, out of the thousands of stories that we have to choose from, this is why I agreed to book this story. Now, Amy's daughter, Caitlin, captured what happened when her brother Robert came home to find his mother doing his homework assignment yet again. Now, understand, this is a 15-year-old that catches his mother, catches her, doing his homework yet again. Take a look.
Robbie, Mom is rewriting your essay.
Why? What is wrong with my essay?
Listen, this is the first paragraph. You wrote, have no time to eat. You need to start with...
Mom, I'm in middle school. I'm not in high school yet.
Okay, but...
Mom, wait. You want me to try. Let me try. Don't do it for me, Mom. I really want to do it myself. Because if you do it, then it's your grade, not my grade. It's practically cheating. Cheaters risk everything. Learn nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You're right, but I just...
No, Mom, this is how I write. I will improve in high school. This is just me. I don't need you to write it for me, Mom. Just let me risk it.
I'm just sorry. I don't want to help you.
It's okay. I know you always wanted to help me. And when I need your help, I'll ask you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, my God. You got a 15-year-old kid begging you not to do his homework? He's saying, let me try?
I know. I'm sorry, but...
But?
What if he fails? What if he doesn't get the grade that he needed? You don't understand.
What don't I understand?
The disappointment on his face when he gets a bad grade or how bad he beats himself up. I can't stand that. I can't stand it.
So you're doing it for you, not for him. Because you said the disappointment on his face, I can't stand it. So this is about you, it's not about him.
It didn't look like, no.
No.
But listen, no, come on.
This young man is intelligent. This young man is right here.
He's
Robert.
Wonderful.
Robert, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
You are begging your mother to let you do your own homework.
Yes, I am.
I've never heard that in my house. Never came up. Never came up. But it came up in your house. Why were you begging your mother to let you do your own homework, to let you try?
I was begging my mother to let me do my homework because she's been doing it for all my life. And it's time for me to learn because I'm almost in high school and I'm not really understanding what I need to learn. I don't really understand what they're teaching me. And my mom's doing it all for me. And if she's saying that she's upset because of the bad grade that I get, but it's only because of her. She's always doing it for me. If she wasn't doing it for me, I would get a better grade.
Okay, boy, thank you. You have a seat.
I got it. That's an aha moment.
What?
That was an aha moment.
Aha moment. You had to come here to figure that out? You had to come here to figure out that if you do spelling words, if you color maps, if you write papers, that he doesn't develop the skill set, the organizational skills, the articulation to do that?
Yeah.
Is he embarrassed at baseball when you go up there and bat for him?
I don't go up there and bat for him.
You don't?
No.
Well, thank God for that.
My mom is a helicopter mom. She hovers right over top of our shoulders and waits for us to do something wrong. When I was 14 years old, I ran away from home. I wanted to get away from my mom's overprotective ways. If she doesn't like who I'm talking to on the phone, she will take the phone out of my hand. My mom has certain requirements that my friends have to meet. They have to have proper hygiene, dress right. Their parents can't drink. To this day, I don't have friends come over. I'm terrified that she may say something that would offend them. I don't believe I've learned as much independence as I should have because my mom is so overprotective and crazy. I found out about 6 months ago that I was pregnant. My mom tells me who's going to be in the hospital room, when the baby's going to be baptized, when the baby's allowed to wear shoes.
You can't lay on your back. It stops the blood flow to the placenta.
My mom has told me on more than one occasion that she's going to take custody of my child if I don't start doing what she says. I love my mom. My mom needs to learn how to have better parenting skills.
So, it's interesting when people see their life kind of played out on tape. It's kind of like a movie of your life, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It gives you some objectivity. You step back and watch yourself on film. What did you just see, and how do you feel about what you just saw?
I just saw my daughter say I need to let go a little bit.
A little bit?
A lot. I'm willing to do a little.
You are threatening to abduct her fetus.
No, I am not. I am not. Come on, DrPhil, I am not.
You are raising lambs for the slaughter.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
you are raising lambs for the slaughter because they don't know anything. You do everything for them. They are not street smart. They are not savvy. They don't understand what the risks are. They are not developing skill sets. They are not observing themselves master their environment. They don't get it. Do you understand what you cheat this young man out of when you do what you do for him?
He told you.
Dr. Phil.
No, you listen to me. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Stop thinking internally. Listen to what I'm saying. When that young man is not allowed to develop skills, he doesn't have the opportunity to observe himself conquer obstacles in his life.
I know that.
That's how you build self-worth. That's how you build self-esteem. That's how you build confidence. What did I say?
You said I'm cheating him out of his chance to shine.
He
and
doesn't
to accomplish
get an
these
opportunity
things.
to master his
I
environment.
understand.
It's called attribution theory. That's how you attribute certain things to yourself. When you see yourself master your environment, when you see yourself conquer obstacles and overcome challenges, then you say, wow, I can do that. And in the world we live in today, you better start building your resume. You better start observing yourself do it. And you're telling her that you're going to take her baby away from her?
To protect the baby in case something... I'm not a
protect word
freedom
again.
fighter.
You hear that a lot
I don't
too,
know.
don't you?
I'm quiet.
So you must believe you just raised a couple of morons here.
I knew you were going to say that, and no, I don't.
Well, apparently you do
They're
because you...
wonderful and smart and intelligent, and they're generous, and they're leaders, and they are amazing. Amazing.
Blah, 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 blah,
They
blah,
are.
blah, 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 blah,
I wish
blah, blah,
you
blah.
knew.
They are so wonderful and amazing
They
that
are.
you won't even let them floss their own teeth.
I just want to make sure that... Oh, boy.
How basic is that? In Life Code, I talk about something I call the why lie. And the why lie is the lie you tell yourself about why you do what you do. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I say the why lie. I wrote down what I believe is your why lie, and I want you to go through this with me along with everybody else. And as a mother, I am, because of my painful life experiences, alerted and called to a mission to stand in the gap to protect my children from a world I know can be cruel, mean, and hurtful.
Amen, yes.
Got you with me so far?
Absolutely.
Okay, so far. I will not stand by and allow what happened to me as a child and what happened to my innocent goddaughter be my children's reality. Right?
You got it.
Did I do my homework?
Absolutely.
I will do for them,
Amen.
what was not done for me.
Yep.
It is right, it is needed, it is my duty, it is why I am in this world.
It is my duty.
Okay?
Yes, I believe that.
But I'm telling you that's a lie. You're saying, you bet, you got it. You know me inside and out.
Yep.
But you notice that I have said that this is not a truth, it is a lie. This is the lie that you are telling yourself. Because you have said that this is for their good. Right?
Yes.
That's why I'm saying this is a lie. This whole thing is a lie. But this is your life. This is your
I live by that.
So that you do. You live by this. So your entire life is based on this lie. Then what is the truth?
Yeah.
This is the truth that you fail to see. I have been emotionally wounded. In fact, crippled by my early life experiences from which I never healed. The pain and neurotic anxiety drives me to live vicariously through my children. I somehow believe that if I can keep them safe and protected, the scared little girl that still resides within me will at last feel safe and protected.
You got it, Dr. Phil.
Because no one ever talked to her. No one ever healed her. No one ever believed her. No one ever ministered to her. And so she was frozen in time. I am putting my emotional needs ahead of my children's developmental needs, and while at some level I know this, I just can't stop. Because I am addicted to the reassurance that over-control affords me.
Absolutely.
And I put the last lines in all caps. And I want you to read those for me.
All of this overprotectiveness is more about me and my pain than it is about them and their risk levels. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate seeing my mom cry. Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
I believe that people know the truth when they hear it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is this the truth?
Yes.
So what do we do here?
I don't know.
First off, I need you to forget about where you are right now, forget about television, forget about these people, and just look at me and hear me. Amy, I am really sorry what happened to you. I am really, really sorry. I just, I cannot imagine a little girl being brutalized by someone you trusted like that, and then nobody believing you, nobody protecting you. That was not right, it was not fair, and no one helped you. But look at me. I'm here to help you now.
Thank you.
I'm here to help you now. And I'm going to get you the help you need. We're going to heal that little girl inside you. We're going to heal you.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.